Autumn is in full swing and we just don't want to have the warm, cozy feel into it. No, I also want some luxurious smelling type of fragrances that also would fit this season. Hi everyone, I'm João Lima and I always love fragrances. This is my channel, Scented Moments, where we discuss everything about fragrances since 2018. So in this video, I'm going to share with you some of the most luxurious smelling fragrances that are perfect for fall. And in the no specific order, let's get started. The first fragrance from the house of Diptyque, Benjoin Boheme. And this is in the older cracked bottle, in the 100 ml bottle. Benjoin Boheme is just an amazing benzoin forward fragrance with this vanillic nuance and a bit ambery. It's very elegant yet luxurious smelling fragrance with warmth into it. It's a fragrance that it's more quiet. It's not a fragrance that it will shout from your skin. It's more of a fragrance that it will come and go, and it's amazing. It's one of the best benzoin fragrances that I smelled, and this is a great alternative to the now discontinued Guerlain Bois d'Arménie, because Bois d'Arménie also had a lot of benzoin in there. Now, not saying that this smells the same, but it's just like if you're searching for a benzoin forward fragrance, go with Benjoin Boheme. It currently comes in the regular 75 ml bottle of Diptyque with a black rhythm, but it still smells the same. So highly advise for you to check this one out, and this one screams fall. Again, this resinous, silky, vanillic, benzoin type of fragrance with some light spices on top. Delightful. It's Benjoin Boheme by Diptyque. The next fragrance, it's from the house of Atelier and it is Lune Feline. I love this bottle presentation of Atelier fragrances with the gold flakes inside the bottle. Some might feel that this is tacky, but I really like it. It really adds more of an opulence, luxury feel into the presentation overall. And this is the eau de parfum concentration of Lune Feline. You also have the extrait, which was released I think last year, and I feel that the extrait is more fitted to winter, whilst the eau de parfum, I think it fits better the fall. So basically Lune Feline, it's all about vanilla and musk with some spices on top. But this vanilla, it's not your regular like sweet vanilla, pretty vanilla. No, it's more of a bittersweet type of vanilla with musk. I love it. Love this one. One of the best from Atelier and one of the best vanilla fragrances out there. And this is, while not my favorite, but it's really up there. Top 3 or top 5 max. Highly advise for you to check this one out. It's Lune Feline by Atelier. Now, if you want something more bold, even more luxurious, more opulent smelling fragrance, I have the one for you from the house of Amouage, and it is Epic Woman 56. And I've been talking about this fragrance actually, and this is perfect for fall and also winter, but specifically, especially for fall in my view. This is so the extrait concentration version of the original Epic Woman, which is an eau de parfum. Both were created by Cécile Zorokian, and actually this is not a new fragrance per se. I mean, because Amouage already had released in the past an extrait version of Epic Woman. The difference is that the bottle here was full of jewels, like you see this green jewel here. So the bottle was filled with those type of jewels, and that's how you could recognize an extrait version of Amouage back then. So this is not an entirely new concept, because I also have the Jubilation 25 for Woman in the extrait version, specifically with that cap, which is now discontinued. And for people who tried the original extrait version of Epic Woman, they say that this actually smells the same. And I will even dare to say also that if you are a big fan and if you have the eau de parfum of Epic Woman, I believe that you don't need to have the extrait, because they are very similar. The only difference is that, of course, this feels a bit more concentrated, feels more intense, but scent-wise, very similar. This is a masterpiece of a fragrance by Cécile Zorokian. Again, this is all about rose, spices, oud, tons of incense and balsamic notes in here. I love the rose note in here. This is technically a rose oud fragrance, but not being a traditional rose oud fragrance. It's way more unique, way better than just that. And it's a beautiful, beautiful fragrance. And Cécile Roquien, it's very in fashion nowadays, especially for Amouage. She just launched Outlander, which is part of the new line of Amouage, like the Essences collection of Amouage, which I'm very curious to try those fragrances out. But this one is a masterpiece of fragrance. Again, Epic 56 is a fragrance that I highly advise for you to try, and this is currently one of my favorite discoveries of this year. Again, Epic Woman 56 by Amouage. The next fragrance is for those who want to feel luxurious but daring. From the house of Frederic Malle, it is the classic Musc Ravageur. Now, Musc Ravageur was released in the year 2000, the same year when Frederic Malle was established, and this is already a more than classic for a reason. This is a wonderful, wonderful creation. This is heavily inspired by Shalimar from Guerlain, but different from Shalimar. So originally, like the original batch of Musc Ravageur was very pissy, very animalic, and I had the opportunity to try it like some years ago, and the opening was very off-putting because of the pissiness, but the newer versions, that animalic quality, it's more toned down, and you have more cinnamon and more vanilla nuances. Now the musk, the animalic musk, is still there. It's furry. It has like a furry nuance into it, but it's more toned down when compared with the original formula. I actually do prefer this formula. It has more of a gourmand touches, but balanced with this, still with the animalic qualities. Absolutely love it. Highly advise for you to check this one. And this is those type of fragrances that you need to try at least once in your lifetime. It's Musc Ravageur by Frederic Malle. The next fragrance, it's very sophisticated and very polished, and of course luxurious smelling. From House of Xerjoff, it is Via Cavour 1. And this is all about roses, chocolates, spices, a bit leathery, and it's to die for. Love it. I kind of get a bit of Noir de Noir from Tom Ford vibes, but Noir de Noir feels more, it's more dark and a bit more heavy, while this one, it's not as dark. I feel that this one is a bit more elegant, and it's beautiful. Oh, it's so delicious. I love the chocolate note in here with the roses, and you have some fruity undertones as well, I would say. Love it. Maybe some berries in here, and with some spices. I highly advise to check this one out. This is perfect for date night, I would say. But in the end, it's for occasions when you just want to feel that extra layer of luxury and sophistication. Is Via Cavour 1 by Xerjoff. The next fragrance is a standout for autumn from the house of Francesca Bianchi, Sticky Fingers. I love Sticky Fingers. It's all about this very thick orris butter with this chocolatey patchouli and tobacco. It's amazing, and it has like really a sticky nuance into it. Very heavy and thick, very rich fragrance. I love Francesca Bianchi. I love her DNA. The DNA of Francesca Bianchi fragrances are all about this orris butter with some animalic qualities and resins, and you have all in here, but with a more amped up orris butter, which I absolutely love. So this one is really a no-brainer for me. It's a wonderful fragrance, perfect for fall, long-lasting, very unique in my view. Highly advise for you to check Francesca Bianchi fragrances, specifically Sticky Fingers, if you have yet to. And all of her fragrances are in extrait form, and this is specifically a 30 ml bottle size. You also can purchase the 100 ml, but I just prefer the 30 ml because in the end you don't need much sprays to have a wonderful experience, both in terms of smell and performance. So yes, Sticky Fingers is one that you must try, especially for the autumn season. The next fragrance screams elegance and sophistication. From the house of MDCI Parfums, it is Chypre Palatin. and it's a wonderful modern Chypre fragrance. Chypre Palatin. It has all the facets of a Chypre, so you have the fruity nuances, like more of a plum. At least I get more of a plum feeling to it. Some citruses, like orange with the moss, and you get also tons of ambers and resins in here that really balances like the more heavy mossiness, the heaviness of the Chypre fragrance DNA in general. So I think this is a great, it's so good. It's a great entry level Chypre fragrance in my view. It's a modern day Chypre, because the classic Chypres can come across a bit more challenging because they can feel a bit more mature, a bit too old school, and this one, because of the sweet ambery nuances, kind of balances that. So I highly advise for you to check this one out, and it's one of the best fragrances from MDCI Parfum. This is the type of fragrance that you use for upscale events, or if you just want to feel that extra layer of sophistication and elegance. It's Chypre Palatin by MDCI Parfum. Another luxurious gem for the fall is from Les Indemodables, and it is Musc de Sables. This fragrance is a soft, musky, powdery fragrance with some ambers and vanilla, and this is a fragrance that you want to wear when you want to feel relaxed or comfort, and yet refined, yet maintaining the elegance. This one, it's just amazing. It's one of the best from Les Indemodables. Now, this is still different from Musc Ravageur. Musc Ravageur, it's very carnal, thick, heavy, rich smelling fragrance. This one is more soft, more quiet, more of a quiet luxury type of fragrance that I just adore. Highly advise for you to check this one out. Again, one of the best from Les Indemodables is Musc de Sables. The next fragrance from House of Chanel, from the Les Exclusives, Sycomore. And look at the dent. I mean, this is my most worn fragrance from Chanel from this line, and I love it. It's really one of my all-time favorites, and it's definitely my favorite vetiver fragrance out there, and I have quite a few vetivers, like including Vetiver Extraordinaire by Frederic Malle, but this one is my favorite. Love it. This is all about this nutty, creamy, rooty, earthy vetiver with some smoky nuances, and it has also like a coldness into it because of the aldehydes. This is a masterpiece of a fragrance. This fragrance is one of those that I just want to feel me, and I want to feel myself, and I want to be myself. It's a fragrance. It's when I will wear Sycomore by Chanel. I love it. It was love at first sniff, and it's that type of fragrance that I will always cherish in my collection. And also, it's one of those fragrances that you need to try at least once in your lifetime. This is an eau de parfum. The eau de toilette, I hear that it's more cold and not as creamy and sweet, and more not as rounded as this one, but I'm really happy with this formulation specifically. Sycomore, I mean, it's the best vetiver ever created, and it's perfect for fall time. And last but by no means least, from the house of Hermes, Paddock. I love Paddock. It's one of the best discoveries for me. I blind bought this one, and this fragrance was introduced to me thanks to Rich Mitch. He has a YouTube channel. He's passionate about fragrances, especially vintage fragrances, but he loved and he raved Paddock so much that I just blind bought it. I found an amazing deal online, so I just blind bought it, and I'm really happy with this fragrance. This fragrance screams fall. Now, the big downside of this fragrance is that it's discontinued. It's very hard to find currently. This was a very limited release from Hermes. This was released like by mid of this year. I already talked about that in my previous video, and it was just available for 6 weeks, and that was it basically. Unfortunately, because this fragrance is the best Hermes release of this year, and of course it was very limited release. I mean, this is all about this nutty, creamy hay fragrance with a horsey leather in the base, to die for. Very unique, luxurious smelling and yet comforting. And because of this creamy nuttiness in the hay, really gives like a comforting feel. But then you have this more rough, dry, horsey leather that it's just to die for. Love it, love it. Brilliant fragrance, brilliant fragrance. Unfortunately not available anymore, but this screams fall and winter, I would say, but more fall because again of the creamy nutty hay, like with the horsey leather. Yeah, this is more fall for me than winter, but as well you can wear this on winter. I would definitely advise you to sample this one, try this one if you can. But well, I'm just happy to have it in my collection, and I'm proud to have it, not only because of the exclusivity but also because it smells really amazing. So Paddock, the last fragrance of this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments down below what fragrances would you suggest, and if you find value in this video, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and check out all the other fragrance content that I have available, and see you in the next video. Take care, guys. Ciao.